Hi there, this is Nova. Several of my customers have asked me to demonstrate the pinning that I suggest, pinning with the heads going off to the left for use with my Sew Straight guide. This is my Sew Straight guide. It is installed on my Singer Featherweight. And if I pin like I was taught to pin ages ago, the pin heads would go off to the right and they would be in the way of the Sew Straight guide. One thing that I learned several years ago while taking a precision piecing class, and that I now teach in my precision piecing class, is whether you're using my Sew Straight guide or you're just using a 1/4 inch foot, you're going to have much better accuracy if your pin heads are off to the left. And so I've been asked to demonstrate that by my customers, and I'm going to do that for you. One other thing that I'd like to visit with you about, though, prior to showing you that, is the difference in pins. I sell on my website, these are Clover superfine pins, and they make such a difference in your piecing and in the accuracy of your piecing. I don't know if you can really tell or not the difference in the size of the shaft. Let me see if I can zoom in on that for you and show you the difference in the size of the shaft of those two pins. Yeah, that's a great shot there. You can see the one at the rear, closest to the presser foot, is a normal size pin, while the one in the front is a superfine pin. Once you learn to pin with the superfine pins, regular pins are going to feel kind of like you're pinning with a 2x4. They're huge, and they do distort the fabric because of their size. So I recommend, and I use the superfine pins for normal machine piecing. There are times when I like the large pin. If I'm pinning on a binding or I have something thick that I'm going through, the larger pins are very strong. So they do have a purpose, but for regular piecing you're going to have greater accuracy with the superfine pins. So let me zoom out a little bit and I will show you how to do this. And again, I've told you before that when you begin to pin with the pin heads going off to the left, it's going to feel like you're putting your shoes on backwards. And so I've been asked repeatedly, show us how to do that. So I simply pick it up and put in my pins going from the bottom to the top. You want your pin head, it can't extend beyond the edge of the fabric due to the guide. It'll be in the way of the guide. And so from the bottom to the top. And you just work your way down the fabric. From the bottom to the top. And we're going to skip, this is kind of a large block here that I was working on, but we're just going to skip on down to the other end. Put one more in there. I like pinning. I think it improves my accuracy dramatically. So now I've got this pinned. I don't like the way that looks. That I kind of crept up on that. So repin that so I don't have the bottom piece sticking out. And now I'm all pinned and I am ready to begin sewing. I've butted my fabric up against the Sew Straight guide and I'm ready to begin sewing. So that is demonstrating how you pin with your pin heads winding up, going off to the left. Happy stitching.